my viewers one more time to this podcast. This is Dr.Anne Kagunda, and we are here to discuss and to explore on gender intelligence and how to build your gender intelligence. And you ask yourself, what is gender intelligence? It is the knowledge of understanding the two genders, the men and women living together on this planet Earth. We are here to look at their differences, to check on how to explore on how they move from one stage to the other, how we communicate with each other, how we are able to move and understand each other, create a harmonious life, a habitable environment that we can all of us enjoy. And therefore, this particular time, again, I welcome you. I will be exploring on this book, Gender Intelligence, and I want to request that you be together with us. Thank you. Welcome. We are thanking God for just giving us such a wonderful time. Today, we are going to look at the issue of gender intelligence, building your gender intelligence. And that means ability to understand the difference between the genders that we have in life, the man and the woman. And we know very well that in this planet Earth, we live as men and women. When we are young, we are boys, people are boys and girls. When you are old, they are old men, they are old women, they are old women. And this is all over. The planet Earth can never be a habitation place if we don't have the people that are together. Incidentally, it is interesting to realize that even God, when he created animals, whichever creation story that you believe in, we all know that they came in two ways. The men, not the animals. They came as he and she. We always have those two different categories. And for the purpose of production, particularly in the animal kingdom, but also in the purpose of living together, making life habitable, enjoying life. Then we have the two genders. We have men and women living together, working together, moving around. And when you get even in a matatu, and you're moving up and down in a taxi, you're in an Uber, along the way, you meet men, you meet women, different ages, different categories. These differences and also the two genders cut across different races. Even when you go to another continent, there are still men and women. In different times of age, from the beginning, we still have men and women, their differences moving up with them. And also likewise, in different times of historical time of human beings, we've had these two. If you go to the library and you are reading, you will interact with the men that lived in the 18th century, 17th century, women the same. And people had an impact and they were able to possess what God had for them. And therefore this day, I want us to think about these two human beings that God created and placed in the Garden of Eden. I believe in the story of creation, Genesis chapter 1, where God created man and woman, verse 27. He said he made them man and woman, male and female, for the purpose of taking dominion of the world. And he commanded them to multiply. So in bringing out the two genders, God had a purpose of them living together, succeeding together, and taking dominion. In taking dominion, they are able to take their passion and get a fulfilling life. And today I want us to look at Genesis 2 and verse 15. A very clear scripture that says simply, and God created man. And he took the man that he had created and placed him in the Garden of Eden with a purpose to do what? To till it, take care of it. And if you look at that scripture, it is very, it's gender sensitive. It is saying God took the man, not a man, not any other, it's there. And it is drawing from Genesis 1:27, the man, the male that he had created, placed him in the Garden of Eden with a very unique role to play in his creation. He is to take care of it, and he is to till it. And then from 2:15, after the man is put there, 2:18 down three more verses, it says, and God and he said, it is not good for man to be alone. That man to be alone in the Garden of Eden. Now make him a helper suitable for him. It's as simple as that. And 2:18 brings in a different person. into the man that he had created and placed in the Garden of Eden. Kindly notice with me that as this other one is coming in the capacity of a helper, he's coming to help someone who is already operating in Genesis 2:15, has a role, has a career development, is doing something in the garden, he's stealing, and he's taking care of it. And then now this one who come in 2:18 comes in the capacity of helping. Say a helper. And a helper is a very important person. And it says suitable to him. When we look at that, we know very well that these two human beings originally in the Garden of Eden, landed in this world, each one of them standing on a certain position, or we would say in a certain box. This one is in Genesis 2:15, tailing and taking care, being a leader, and that is where we say the man takes the leadership, he provides for the family, his ego is attached to his daily work, what he's doing in a day-to-day life. It is very much intertwined in him, because that is what exactly he's doing. And then the one who is coming in 2:18 comes to fulfill, to assist this one, to fulfill the vision that he has in the earlier verse, and therefore he comes in the capacity of giving in terms of ideas. And these two people are placed on planet Earth. So when we come to look at our lives, in Genesis 2:23 and 24, they are going to be together, they are going to live together. Now, today's life, we have so many problems. People want to reach here. They want to reach Genesis 2 and verse 23 and 4, where they are going to live together as a man and a wife. But it is becoming very difficult. We're going to work together in the working place. We're going to live together. We are in the office together, men and women. Where are these conflicts coming in that we cannot live with each other comfortably and in a fulfilled way? I want to say we need to understand the two genders. The two genders are different. The two genders are created in different too, in very many capacities. And this is why I have come up with the gender intelligence, building your gender intelligence, ability to understand the differences, and realizing that the differences in the two genders, in the man and the woman, the differences of the two genders, they are the diversity that makes life to be enjoyable. And their diversity, it's like the spice of life. What is different? When this one comes and is a man, comes with the differences of nature. This other one comes with the differences of nature by virtue of their creation. If they understand the importance of these two genders, and they understand how different they are, in what capacities are these differences manifested, and when they are manifested, how do we handle them? And we are thinking that with that gender intelligence, and this book explores the differences in the gender differences of each gender and how to cope with them. And if you do that, you find that life becomes enjoyable. I want to tell you, my viewers, that it's gonna be a very good journey we're gonna go. We're gonna move from one step to the other, looking at a certain area, dimension of difference in the certain area. For example, if I begin it beyond the biological differences, because biological differences are obvious, they are clear. Men are strong, they have strong muscles, the way they are created. We women, there is a way that we are created in the way that God found it good. We have more fat, we can say that, and there is a way that we think. Beyond that, what can be seen, there lies layers of other differences. For example, communication differences. And this is the first one I would like to look at. Is a major cause of marital conflict. Is a major cause of workplace differences. You are seated in an office. You're having a staff meeting, and everybody is seated there. And as you start, men and women, because the working place has men and women, as we begin to talk, you begin to wonder, why is madam or why is that gentleman remaining stuck on one area and very highly focused where we want to explore other areas? And it's like the men and women cannot understand each other. It is basically because how a man communicates, sometimes in not the same way that a woman communicates. We use different dimensions of communication. We use different words. We come up with a different perspective. Now, the purpose here is not to collide, not to fuel up. And this one even goes as far as when you are a teacher and you are in a school, a mixed school, or you are a man teaching girls, or you are a woman teaching boys in a boys' school. When we get into the classroom and there are boys and girls, these differences surfaces, and you find that you ask a question, and that boy, before he answers, takes some time, but the girls are raising up their hands and they are telling you, teacher, 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 can I answer? I'm giving an example of a classroom setup, a very basic one, because majority of us have gone to class. And being a teacher, you will see the differences in communication. Why is that? Why are the boys not answering immediately? And why are the girls raising up their hands? Kindly notice that the girls are not raising all of them their hands because they have the right answer. The boys are not raising their hands because they do not know. It is basically differences in gender, the way the brain processes information, the way we receive, the way we process. The boys are slow and sure. The girls are quick. They are fast thinkers. They want to move very fast, and they don't mind even if they make a mistake. The boy would like to keep the ego and not make a mistake and give a very right answer. And the two differences make the classroom wow. If we understand them, we will be able to the teacher can be able to give a pause and say, take a minute, think about it. So that now you pull the boy child, you pull the girl child, and they come on the same boat, and they are able now to answer, so that you don't say the girls are getting it, the boys are not getting it. You simply understand that the boy child is taking some time to process and convert that information and give a right answer. The girl child is moving a bit faster, and you harmonize the class, and you are able to bring up a class that can understand. That is basically an example. I'm saying the same thing that you see in a classroom is the same thing that you see on a day-to-day life. You ask a question at home, a man ask a woman a question, or a woman ask a man a question expecting an immediate answer. Then the man is trying to process that, and then the woman figures it out as if you are ignoring me. These days I talk to you, don't talk. These days I ask you a question, you take so much time, because you are the woman is expecting an immediate answer. From the virtue of her creation, she expects that. But the man would like to give an answer that is very accurate, not to say I didn't think about it. He wants to come out the very best to this woman. So these things brings out conflict. This is what we want to do. And I want to encourage you. Welcome to this journey. We will handle different dimensions. We will come up with examples. We will come even up with other people to come together with us and discuss together with us one by one. There are several set up. And coming soon is a communication difference the gender difference in communication styles, and how we communicate and how we can solve those conflicts all the way from childhood all the way to the home and the working place. I welcome you. You can contact me through my email. You can also talk to us through this podcast coming on Thursday. Be together with us. You'll enjoy a lot. Welcome. This book is Together With Us. You can get one if you contact us, and that will be great. My number will be on the screen, and you'll be able to contact us. I wish you all the best. I wish you a great time. Welcome. Let's journey together on the scale of the height. Thank you, and bye-bye.